Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to talk about how to improve the League Battle decks that you get from Pokemon. There was 3 of them released recently and they're all very good value and they all come with really good GX cards. And then talk about how you can mix and match these decks and get some really big improvements on each of these decks, right? Of course, if I had to choose one deck to get, I would buy this deck. This deck is the most complete, best value, and I think the strongest deck of these 3. This is the second one. I think this is the 3rd strongest deck. All right, so what makes this deck in particular really strong? Besides the fact that it comes with the, 2 Zacians and the ADP, the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, is that this deck comes with almost all the best supporting cards that you can ask for. And for example, you get 4 Marnies. These 4 cards could be used in any of these 2 decks and they will become better because it allows you to draw cards and deny them cards. Scoop Up Net is a really good card that you can use with Jirachi, and that allows you to play Jirachi's ability, scoop up, get him out of the field, and then play another card, and that's really good. And that works with this deck as well as this deck. And if you want to see, I think you guys know what Jirachi is, but this is Jirachi, and his effect, Stellar Wish, that allows you to fish for cards. It's very good. And then we got Energy Spinner, that's also in this deck, that you can use in either of these 2 decks to get more energy and fish for the energy that you want. Oranguru is also a good card that allows you to get a card and swap out the cards that you don't need in your hand to get potentially a better card. And you can use that in the Pikachu and Zekrom deck if you wanted to. Great Catcher is a very good card that you can use in both of these decks as well. And this will allow you to get a lot of cards. Sorry, not to get a lot of cards. Allow you to get your enemy out and focus on the targets that you want to take out. Viridian Force is only good with the Pikachu and Zekrom deck if you want to kind of get more energy in your hand. It's not a requirement, but you could use it in this deck. Another Scoop Up. Big Charm can be used in both decks, and it allows you to get more HP, and that increase in HP will make it stronger. And yeah. Ordinary Rod. You can fish for your energies back. You can use it in either of these 2 decks as well, so it's very good. And then Quick Ball. These 2 decks don't come, these 2 side decks don't come with 4 Quick Balls, while the Zacian V comes with Quick Ball, so adding more Quick Balls will help a lot. Tag Call is a card you can add to the Pikachu Zekrom deck if you want to be a little bit more consistent and get the cards that you want out. And then we of course have Boss Orders. These 2 cards are like one of the best cards in the game. You could definitely is a must use in both of these decks. It allows you to kill the targets that you want and take them out, and it's a very good card. And then lastly we have Malo and Lana. This card allows you to switch and heal your Pokemon. It's a pretty good card. It's not a requirement in these 2 decks, but you can put an extra copy in each one of them if you needed it. So, as you can see, there's a lot of cards in just this deck that can improve the other 2 decks that you can have. And I think that's what makes the deck so good. So now let's look at the stuff you can get from the Pikachu and Zekrom deck, which comes with the Raichu GXs, the Pikachu and Zekrom GXs, and like Tapu Koko and a bunch of other cards. I feel like because these are electric deck and this is like a metal deck and this is fire deck, you can't really mix the GX cards at all, which is unfortunate. Well, you could, I lied. You could technically put Zacian V into the deck of the Pikachu and Zekrom. Maybe not this one because you can't run Green's Exploration if you run Zacian V because he has an ability. But if you run him in this deck, you can actually use it to kind of draw cards for turns that you don't attack. And it could be potentially cool, just getting 3 free cards in your hand. So it is actually usable in this deck. But You get Air Balloon in the Pikachu and Zekrom deck that you could add to both of these decks that will make them better, because it allows you to swap out Pokemon more easily without wasting your energies. And yeah, it looks really well with Zacian V. Of course, quick balls if you want to increase the quick balls for the other decks, but Zacian V deck does not need it. Marnie energy switch if you want an extra energy switch, but I think the decks do come with enough for this one already. So honestly, you can see there's only one card, is Air Balloon, that would make the Zacian V deck better, because the Zacian V deck is so good already that there's not much you can add to make it better from these decks. But you can add a lot of the cards from this to that one to make it better, right? So then if you look at the Charizard and Reshiram one, right? So this one comes with, of course, Reshiram and Charizard, very strong card. 2 copies of them, looks really cool, nice and shiny. And then you got a Charizard and Braixen GX. And you can't really mix and match, as like I said, because they're different property types. And you can't really use the Volcanions either because they're all fire Pokemon. But when it comes to the trainer cards, you can see we have a Taliban. If you want to do just a little bit more damage, 10 more damage, you could put them in these 2 other decks as well. We have Reset Stamp, which the Zacian V deck doesn't come with, so you can tech in a Reset Stamp to allow your opponent to have less cards, and it'd be good. You can add an extra tag call as well. It might be a little bit overkill though for Zacian V, so I don't think you need it, but you could add it in. Pokemon Catcher is a weaker version of all the cards in this, like Boss's Orders and the other Pokemon Catcher card. So I don't think it would really make this deck better, but you could potentially use it. But Boss's Orders is just a better card in general. We got Cynthia Caitlin. This deck could use it. It's not a necessary requirement. It could improve its consistency a little bit. Energy Spinner again. Always helps you find the energy that you want. And of course another attack call. So you can see a lot of cards in this deck don't really make this one better. There's literally like 2 cards maybe I think you could actually add to it that makes the Zacian V better. The rest are kind of like not really needed, but you could add as well. And yeah, so if we learned anything, this deck is just a lot better than these 2. And this deck, if you buy this one and you have one of these 2, you could buy this deck and make these 2 decks better, which is amazing because unlike, buying packs, these cards are guaranteed, and you're guaranteed to get a pretty good deck if you mix and match these. Or you just play this deck by itself. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe down below if you enjoyed my video and want to see more of my content, and it helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.